Alrighty, welcome back to another YouTube video. Brandon back here. Today I want to go into, honestly, the biggest mistake that I feel I have made with my window cleaning business so far, with how far we've scaled, done over $600,000 in sales with window cleaning and scaled to $60,000 a month. We have over $117,000 in annual recurring revenue signed and on file. And yeah, just want to kind of go into the biggest mistake that I feel like we made definitely has to be like on the service side of things and somewhat sales, not starting service plans earlier. That is honestly the number one thing. Not prioritizing our quality of service as much as we should have once, when we first started out. Now that is the most important thing. Is we want the quality of service to be 110%, the customer experience. We want to make sure that they had such a good experience with our company that they never want to call another window cleaning company again. Obviously, it's not possible to do that with 100% of our customers. Obviously, there are a couple couple case scenarios where we lose the customer. It happens, it's part of the game. But the reason why we want our service, that's what we've gone towards, is just perfecting the service. It's where, like I said, the biggest mistake that we made was not doing that at the beginning, because you lose clients. You don't keep clients around if your service isn't perfect. And with a perfect service, they're going to be so much more incentivized to sign up for a service plan. They're gonna want to get on a reoccurring basis, and that's what's so important. If you're not selling a service plan, off the first impression, you're gonna want to upsell it. You're gonna want to still try to get that service plan set up after the first one-time cleaning. That's what we do with so many of our clients, because a lot of people will be skeptical to sign up for a contract off the bat and want to see how the service is. So making sure the service is perfect and then upselling afterwards, to actually get them on the plan is very, very important. I honestly would say, like, if we were doing service plans since when we first started, we'd probably have 3, maybe even 4 times the amount of annual recurring revenue that we have right now. And that's why I think that is definitely something. If I were to restart my business today in 2026, I would instantly start doing service plans and make sure the service is perfect, making sure we are not having any callbacks, and if we are having callbacks with certain technicians, getting rid of them very quick if they're unable to keep up the quality standard that we have. It is window cleaning, it's not rocket science. So make sure, for those of you guys out there who are struggling maybe with technicians a little bit, make sure to not give them too much lenient. Window cleaning it is really not the hardest thing in the world. If they are unable to keep that high quality standard that you have, you just got to get rid of it. For those of you who are maybe newer to the business, to the home service game, or you're wondering why is recurring revenue important, there's so many jobs out there. You just get one times and do super high revenue, right? The reason why recurring revenue is so important is for an evaluation. Most important, that's like the number one main reason for down the line, if you go to sell your company and you have $2 million in recurring revenue, they are going to evaluate your business at a much higher price point than they would if it was not recurring revenue, if it was just one-time revenue, because it's guaranteed money for the investors, so they will pay more for that. That's one reason. The second reason is customer acquisition costs. Even if you're not going to sell your business down the line, meta ads, paying sales reps, even yourself going out and getting jobs, it costs money, it costs time, it costs to get customers. So it's like, if you can maybe even pay a little bit more, or just get them set up on a plan off the bat, you are not going to be paying for that customer again. You pay for that one time, and then you have that guaranteed on your schedule until they get off the service plan, which from our experience so far, we have over a 90% retention rate. And I mean, we haven't been doing plans for a very, very long time to really see if that's going to stick. But 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, if we're able to retain that, we're not paying for any of these customers when they're coming back on our schedule. And it's great for quarterly plans because you're doing them 4 times a year. So, you stack up enough of these, you're not having to refill the schedule. Like your schedule is booked out months in advance. That means your technicians are booked out months in advance. You can scale from this point much easier than if you just were to have to go out every single week, every single month to find all these new jobs again. When you have 6 to 10 technicians on your team, doing 2 to 3 jobs a day, you're going out every single day, every single, week to get these jobs for the next month, for the next whatever. That's the main thing about annual recurring revenue. Why I say if you are just starting out your business, get into it. You might as well. I even used to say, like, wait till you get to a certain level to make sure, you can get your service dialed in. But very quickly you realize what's a good service once you're starting out your business. You very quickly you learn how to clean the windows, how to clean the jobs in general, whatever home service you're doing. Even if it's not cleaning, you understand how to do the work. So what's good quality, what you need to provide, and that's kind of the standard that's kind of why I started out my business in the first place. Home service, it's such an industry where it's like either people are ripping off homeowners or not responding, bad customer service, bad service in general. Just, I feel like there's a lot of stigma with it. So it's like, if you can be that company that's legit, gives people, a fair price, can do a really good service, they're never going to call someone again. It's very rare to find a solid home service company. People always get screwed over. So if you can be that company, you are going to make a ton of money and be very successful. And that's honestly just kind of what I wanted to go over in this video today. Just the biggest mistake that I made was not starting out with contracts and reoccurring revenue earlier, and really prioritizing our service to make sure it was perfect every time, dialing in our technicians. We didn't do enough training when we first started out. So make sure you are, spending extra time to make sure your technicians are fully trained, making sure your service is A1, so you can make more money at the end of the day and, have a better business. I appreciate all you guys watching. Drop down comments down below for YouTube video ideas, what you guys want to see, more day in the lives, lifestyle content, whatever it is. If you want to see more talking stuff, just comment down below ideas. I do appreciate all you guys watching. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram for, daily updates regarding the business. And yeah, like I said, follow, subscribe for more tips, and peace out.